Howdy folks, it's episode 52 of my blind RS3 Ironman playthrough. Doing a bunch of quests again today, not too much else on the docket. I will be training some herb lore. I maintain a big RS3 spreadsheet that keeps track of all my dailies and like my banked experience for different skills. The big skill I keep track of is herb lore, and I wanted to see when am I going to hit 112 herb lore with my banked primal fruit items. Primal fruit is pretty slow for most accounts, especially after 99 herb lore, but it's still been like the most XP dense thing that I could do with my daily farming runs. The problem though is at 112 herb lore you unlock a quote-unquote improved recipe that makes you make 3 primal extracts per pulp instead of 2 per pulp, which makes it substantially less AFK to do and much more frustrating. So in this episode I'm going to finish squeezing out 112 herb lore, and then we'll work on much faster methods after that, like making vulnerability bombs, which I need anyway. Charming potions, which I don't need, but I have no use for blue charms, so I may as well sink them into something that gives me herb lore XP. And power bursts of vitality, which are going to be useful for like attempting the ambassador again whenever I get around to that. But yeah, use the timestamps in the description if you want to skip around quests and just listen to the summaries. Here we go. Herb lore 111, one more level, and then I won't really have to do primal pulp anymore, which is great. Okay, I'm here in Narda, about to start the Curse of Arrav. Let's go. It's your place. Good to see you again. Okay, so we're immediately going to get a sequel to Tale of the Muspot. It looks like this one also requires the Missing My Mummy quest. So both of those were set up for this. So Mahjarrat. Jalin. We're never going to need to find him again, don't worry. That's never going to come up again. Research on these mysterious Mahjarrat creatures. Okay. Mahjarrat Mysteries number 13. Wow, I didn't realize how many quests there were in this line. You sure the tunnels are related to the ritual? Where's the tunnel entrance? Top of an area called Trollweiss. Okay, it said I needed to bring a Trollheim teleport, so I'll just bring that. I've been tobogganing there. It didn't strike me as a tourist area. We won't need a toboggan this time. Okay. This is above where I buried the Mahjarrat guy, isn't it? Tale of the Muspah. I know my way around here pretty well, because I think there's it's either an elite or a master clue step that requires you to go to Trollweiss. You have to take the toboggan down. I've done that a lot more in old school RuneScape than in RS3. Okay, so it's that cave over there, presumably. Yeah, cave entrance. Marstead's Labyrinth. Okay, let me make sure I have interactables turned on here. All right, looks like there's a bunch of rubble to mine, so I'll mine through all of that, I guess. Try to mine this rubble as much as you can from this side. Okay, I see. Only parts that are mineable, it looks like. Gotcha. Stone tablet. What's this? Journal of Lamistar. It's actually really hard to read that font on that background. Huh, okay. I'm just gonna mine through this. This is one way to have mining be a requirement for a quest. You have to like mine everything from different sides of the rock in order to fit through it. Like I need to mine this side here so that I can get to this side. So I can get to this side. Another tablet, granite tablet. Cunning plan. Huh. Another tablet. The music here, this is very like epic sounding, unusual. It doesn't sound like RuneScape music. I wonder if it's been remastered or something. Making progress with the tunnels. Appreciating the hard work would be. Okay, so you spent a lot of time in here, whoever this person is. Do a lot of mining in this one. Okay, so I probably can only just barely get one side of the rubble from here. Oh, I guess not. That one I probably have to get from this side, though. Okay, there's another tablet. What does this guy say? Struggling to get precisely under the stone. Wasted time digging tunnels the wrong way. Don't want to be detected. Okay. Looks like he eventually broke into actual furnished rooms. I wonder what's up with that. Actually get a pretty substantial amount of mining XP from all of that. I mean, it's not a ton, but lots of clicks. Okay, what do we got going on here? Bookcases. Interesting looking notes. Let me just check everything else first. Okay, nothing in the other bookcases. Zamoragul's notes, part 1. Oh wow, this is much easier to read than the last thing. Notes on my fellow Mahjarrat. Oh, this is interesting. Some of these names I know, so I recognize Azanadra because I think Azanadra helps you with like the Archglacier fight or something. I know Haziel from Haziel Cult. I know Anakra from Anakra's Lament. Jalan was the guy from Tale of the Muspa, the one we just did. So I don't know Bilrock or Akthanakos, and it doesn't list Lucian, which is interesting. Alright, but I'll read through this and let you know if there's anything interesting in there. This is Azanadra is Zaros' champion, powerful adversary. Ah, women. Apparently Anakra is the last female Mahjarrat. Thanks, Zamoragal. Zeal is an ally of the Zamorak-aligned faction. Saradomin worshipping human filth have conquered Haziel's territory and put him into a state of torpor. One of the weakest of our race. He did not even dare attend the last ritual, so he'll be even weaker now. I'm ashamed to even call him a Mahjarrat. Or Jalan. Okay, going up the stairs here. You should try to deal with Arrav before wandering around. Oh, I didn't even see him standing there. Hey, what's up, dude? Your model looks way cooler and more updated than, like, most of the models I've seen lately, so you must be showing up again later. Can you talk at the moment, or does Zamoragal have too great a hold on you? Arg! I really don't wish to attack you, but my master compels me to. Sorry, it's not I who controls my actions. Please fight against Zamoragal's control. If you go to the room to the south and look behind the flame tapestry, you might be able to find something that can help us both. Okay. So that's why they said talk to Arrav first. Flame tapestry. Find a key and some plans attached to the back of the tapestry. Base plans. Complex plans for Zamoragal's base in the southern wilderness. Ali the Wise can help you interpret them. And there's a base key, so I have to go straight to Ali the Wise. Yes, okay, on my way. Oh, that's interesting. This is, I guess it's not in the wilderness. It's northwest of that part from Recipe for Disaster. Huh. Alright, back to Ali the Wise. Have you found the tunnel yet? Found plans in them, the plans of Zamoragal's base. Found a key, which I think might help me get into the deeper chambers. There's something on there marked as the Heart of Arrav. Zamoragal's inner base has state-of-the-art secret hideout security. Human detection spells, which will set off the alarm. Kitchen, there's an entrance to the sewer system that runs under some parts of the base. This is kind of cool. It's like a heist plan. Mission Impossible. Okay, so the water's electrified. Inner quarters patrolled by zombies. They don't have a need for shift change. 5-minute periods when they're not covering certain areas. If they see an intruder, they'll set off the alarm. The alarm is sounded, a gas will fill the area, incapacitating all living things. The vault door is made of 5-inch thick runite enforced steel with a 4-digit access code. This is like Ocean's 11. Inside the vault, there's a crisscross of special fire ray enchantments. Touching these will do significant damage and set off the alarm. The back of the vault is Arrav's heart. In the middle of a continuous Mahjarrat spell. Removing the heart would kill Arrav. That was cool. Sounds like an impossible mission. Yeah, that whole thing reminded me a lot of the first Mission Impossible movie. Move Arrav's heart while keeping it alive. There's a way to save him without killing him. That'd be nice. I had experience elsewhere with preserved organs of various sorts, which should come in handy. Quest gating is what makes RuneScape work. It's going to be one of the core theses of my RS3 video essay, that these stories all work because they know that you've done all this stuff, right? I'll have to talk to a mummy. Oh, your mother dabbles in that kind of thing. I see now. Ancient Pharaoh Queen Senlaton. Just talk to her. Okay, well that seems helpful. I guess this is making both Tale of the Muspah and Missing My Mummy make more sense, because those quests both just felt sort of abrupt and didn't really end with any resolution, but they were both tying into this guy, so... Alright, talking to Senlaton. I'm gonna do a tricky conundrum. A place where a great hero's heart is being kept alive outside of his body by magical means. Need to bring the heart back to the hero. I'm worried about killing him in the process. One can combine parts of the body while preventing the rest from dying. This renders the person an immortal servant. It's been the slave of an evil necromancer for many centuries. Oh, the heart should stay in the body. It's not removed during the usual process of mummification. You live in dark times. A canopic jar of sacred oil used to carry organs. You will store the heart in this. You must supply the preservatives that will keep the heart alive. 3 Dwarf berries and a ring of life. I'm wondering why I needed to bring that. That's funny. Dwarf berries are a fruit with a strong link to the heart. That's cool. Okay. Put some berries in the jar. And the ring of life. Nice. Back to Ali, presumably? Yeah. Back to Ali the Wise, who seems to be playing the role of wise old man, but slightly more serious. Spoke to a mummy. She taught me how to make a special liquid. How people planned meticulously. Bring the correct equipment. You should be able to increase your odds of getting through. You need some kind of insulation to protect yourself from the electric shocks in the sewer, hence the insulated boots. Okay. Surveillance? Is he one of the Temple Knights? What? No, I said surveillance. That's funny. Some way of remotely viewing, which I guess is what we need this summoning pouch for, which that's kind of actually neat. I feel like remote view is a weird, relevant to quest action, not something that you would use outside of quests, but it's neat to have an application for summoning that feels like it only makes sense with summoning. Rope and a grappling hook. One of the guards in Varrock knows the way to the Chaos Temple. Okay. Heartwind in Varrock. Let me find this guy. I had to look him up. He's a guard in the 3rd floor up here. Yo, you take me back to Zamaragal's base. Yeah, let's go. trapdoor. Okay. Guess I'll go ahead and equip the insulated boots now. I don't know which way I'm going here. Guess it's only one way to go. Alright, we've been here before during Defender of Varrock, so I'll report when something new happens. New music unlocked. The Heist. So that's the stuff I want to avoid. I think we need to take the pipe in the kitchen. Boot protected you from the electricity. Great. There are pipes here, there's a cage. No way to remotely see if there are any patrolling zombies at the end of this pipe. I don't want to set the alarm off. Okay, so now we summon our familiar. Remote view. This pipe feels like bad karma, man. That means there's a locust flying around the dungeon. Okay. Wait until the patrolling zombies have moved away from the other end of the pipe. Oh, that's a nice way to do stealth instead of making me actually track this. Okay. Stuff to do in here for sure. Close this door just in case. Papers with holes in it. Locked chest. Another set of interesting looking notes. Oh yeah, I forgot General Khazard was a Mahjarrat. The youngest of our race on Yelnor. Yeah, he does have the skull face, doesn't he? Huh? Karshai. Amistard, a weak Mahjarrat. Crossed off. Terminated in Yelnor's 16th ritual. Oh, interesting. I wonder if they have like a Highlander kind of rule where they can like share the power between them. Tunneled into my basement. He's my prisoner now. Easy decision to make him the next sacrifice. There's Lucian. Powerful mage and my cousin. Mizark. Terminated in the 15th ritual. Terminated in the 17th ritual. Slisk. I've heard that name before. One of the more powerful of our number. Particularly strong shape-shifting capabilities. Wahisiatel. Wahisiatel? No idea how to pronounce that. Mahjarrat of average power, keeps to himself. We have Zerosian sympathies. Zamorgal. This is me. I'm amazing. Great. Oh, and I have decoder strips. That must be for the 4-digit code for later. Alright. Picking the lock on this chest. 4 letters on it. Okay, can I use these together? EBDG. No. Well, I guess I just have to find the puzzle then. Yeah, it told me about this keypad. Oh, I see. So I can do like this. EBDG. That's cool. The 3762. Oh, I'm a massive dumbass. Right, I was still reading it top to bottom, but I have to do it. Okay, it's fine. EBDG. but then it's 6, 3, 7, 2. Hear the door unlatching. Okay, first try. Grapple across. It's cool. Put the heart in the jar. So I can just leave. Does it let me teleport out? Alright, talking to Ali the Wise. The grand heart robbery coming. I've got the heart. Not sure what to do with it, mind you. Still beating perfectly. Oh. That was much shorter than I thought it was from the description. Thought it was going to be a bit longer than that. Okay, real quick before we do the quest summary, apparently I can talk to him to get a bunch of other lore about the Mahjarrat. May have more interesting information. Okay, encountered a pair of Mahjarrat called a Nakra. Oh, I don't remember. Oh, Ekthanikos was in Anakra's Lament. Okay, yeah, the Bone Guard. This is telling him stories about quests you've completed. Mahjarrat following Zaros. Interesting. You've heard of Zaros. Yeah, there's references to him in ancient texts. More interesting information. Zamorgal tried to invade Varrock with an army of zombies. I guess maybe I could have talked to him about some of this earlier. Stone tablets in those tunnels by Lamastard. This is a way for me to just like save the information. Jalan was the only one trying to get near the ritual area by other methods. Attending the ritual is critical to their power. I came to a sticky end. These notes about many different Mahjarrat made by Zamorgal. More Mahjarrat in the world than most people think. Clear split between those who follow Zamorak and those who follow Zaros. A strange person called Lucian, he was a Mahjarrat. Okay, so we're telling him a story of a thing that happened before Volgothic sleeps, presumably. Wonder how often this character's been around. Like, I don't think Ali the Wise is an old school RuneScape to tell him about Mahjarrat stuff. Bird Armadillo, an obscure deity from the Third Age. Well, that's really interesting. So you can keep, like, stopping by Ali the Wise to give him Mahjarrat information, even, like, mid-quest on some of the other quests. Lucian's trying to follow in Zamorak's footsteps and become a god. Lucian managed to get hold of another artifact. Stone of Joss. Heard of it? Touch with my own hands. General Khazard. Oh yeah, and the General Shadow mini quest. Meet in the place of Half-Light and Ice soon. being called Azanadra from a pyramid to the west of here. Wait, did I? What's that a reference to? Oh, is that the end of Desert Treasure? Is that who Azanadra is? Somebody pointed this out to me. Yeah, Azanadra. It's like got a really shitty graphic when you originally release him during Desert Treasure. Okay. I never made that connection before. That's interesting. He wasn't a follower of Zamorak. He was actually rather helpful. He taught me a bunch of new spells. They're not all completely evil. We brought a slain Mahjarrat named Haziel. It's a whole cult dedicated to reviving him in Arduin. Okay, so I was able to... I don't think any of that matters or is required for any quest. But can I, like... What do we know so far? Powerful creatures with a strong aptitude for magic, including the ability to change their form and look like other creatures. Jalan, who you helped hibernate, seems much weaker than I'd expect a Mahjarrat to be. Zeal is trying to be revived. Morgul controls zombies, including Arrav. Anakra is a female Mahjarrat, follower of Zamorak. General Khazard is in the Shadow Realm. Azanadra you freed from the Desert Treasure Pyramid. And Lucian, who has the Stone of Joss, which is really bad. Lorak, Harshai, Slisk, and Wahisiatel. More obscure god of debatable alignment called Zaros. Forthcoming ritual, one of them would be killed. Yep, okay. I do kind of like having this, though, as like a, hey, we've got a lot of quests going on here. Let's try to recap them. Glad we did that. Curse of Arrav is a super important lore quest that makes the last couple quests I did make a lot more sense. The Tale of the Muspah quest and Missing My Mummy were both deliberate setups for this one. You talk to Ali the Wise again, the guy from Tale of the Muspah who's really interested in the Mahjarrat. He points you to a secret base that you explore where you learn a lot about the other Mahjarrat. I feel like there's been a lot of quests that mention the Mahjarrat in passing or feature Mahjarrat like Lucian, but this is really the first one that kind of summarizes what they all are and where we've seen them in every quest up to this point, like Azanadra from the end of Desert Treasure. You go to the ruin that he's describing, though, and you bump into Arrav. If you recall from Defender of Varrock, Arrav is like a zombie. He's been cursed into unlife by Zamorigal. Arrav tries to stop himself from killing you and gives you some hint as to how you can stop him. You take that back to Ali the Wise, and Ali the Wise points out that you need to recover Arrav's heart from a secret vault. Apparently his heart is still beating outside his body, and that's what Zamorigal is using to keep him under his thrall. So you need to figure out, how do I take the heart out of the vault without killing Arrav, and you figure that out by talking to the mummy lady, Senlaten, from Missing My Mummy. Getting the heart out is pretty funny. It's framed like the Mission Impossible movies or like Ocean's 11. It's like a big heist mission. There's like all these security systems you have to evade. The coolest one, I think, is the one where you have to use a summoning familiar with the remote view ability, which is a totally useless ability in RuneScape proper, but useful here. It lets you like spy beyond an area so you know when it's safe to crawl through a pipe and get past some guards. But the quest kind of concludes with you recovering the heart with no real resolution on what happened to Arrav. I imagine that's going to happen in whatever the next quest in the series is. Pretty cool quest, though. It was neat. At the very end, you get a summary of what the deal is with all of the Mahjarrat. If you're an old-school RuneScape player and don't know anything about the Mahjarrat, like I didn't, you can go watch that. It's right at the end of the quest. I'll maybe put a timestamp in the description for it. But yeah, let's get to the next quest. Next quest is called Fur and Seek, and I don't know that it's really like worth showing you anything from it, because I think it's exactly like Rag and Bone Man, where you just have to go collect furs instead of bones this time. Okay, Fur and Seek, something more you could do for me. Expanding the natural history section with some stuffed animals. Furs by myself. Please go... Oh, he's talking to his bag. Should be a lot of bit of me time. When was the last time I had a bath? Okay. Furs to the museum. Yep, and this seems like this is exactly the same quest as Rag and Bone Man, so I will just find all the creatures and report back. Pulling an interest for display in the fauna of the Fremetic province. Adult black unicorn, adult white unicorn, hobgoblin, fox, fenris wolf, adult grizzly bear, cockatrice, and cave crawler. They want a stuffed rock crab. Need the skins to be prepared, tanned, otherwise they'll rot. Scrub the inside of the skin with salt. Dry them, put logs in the pit over there, stretch your fur skin up on the rack. Okay. Off I go. I guess they could add this to old school right now. Okay, rock crab. Seems kind of messed up to like taxidermy a hobgoblin because they're like sapient creatures, but okay. I assume they are. We've never talked to hobgoblins. They like use weapons and stuff, right? Apparently there was an achievement for killing a adult black unicorn. No kidding. I think the bears also count. I think I ever noticed foxes down here before. That's interesting. I think this is actually a much easier quest than Rag and Bone Man 2. I guess they added Rag and Bone Man 2 as a unique quest for old school. I don't think I realized that before. All right, just need one more. The cockatrice here. There we go. All right, heading back to, let me scrub these. Heading back to the bone guy. I guess completing this unlocks a secondary activity that's not tracked as a quest or mini quest that lets you fight a weekly boss for Slayer and Prayer experience. Probably not worth it. I'm not going to bother. Oh, that's nice. It seems to be doing the process automatically here. Oh, and I'm hanging the hides on this side here. That's interesting. That's nice of them to just do it automatically for me. Okay, I think I have all the tanned skin here. Looks like I'm not actually supposed to tan the rock crab carcass. Okay, so we talked to the oddled man again. Can't stretch on the rack to dry. That's the last of them. I can now turn these furs into splendid stuffed animals for the museum. I have a wish list pinned to my shack when you want to check them. Okay. That's cool. You've just passed 300 quest points. Okay, I may as well go talk to her. Fur and Seek is barely a quest. It's essentially a sequel to Rag and Bone Man. In RS3, they don't have Rag and Bone Man 2 like in old school RuneScape. Rag and Bone Man 2 is just like a task list. But in this one, it's the same thing. He just tells you to get some furs this time instead of getting bones. It's substantially easier than Rag and Bone Man because all the creatures are in the same area in Relica. This time, to prepare the furs, you end up tanning them, so you have to get some salt and like tan them on a fire nearby. It's actually kind of a neat sequence. Apparently, this quest unlocks a weekly Slayer experience activity that doesn't seem like it's super worth doing, called the Skeletal Horror, but it doesn't show up in the story at all. There's not really a story, so to speak. The odd old man is just donating the furs to the museum. That's the whole thing. Okay, so these are actually very similar to what they call Rag and Bone Man 2, if not exactly the same. But these are different. I see. Okay, well, I'm not super worried about it. Next quest is Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf after I go talk to May here. All right, claim all rewards. Fine. Destroy this. Hopefully I get something I can get in fortunate components. It might be fortunate components. Guess I just want to get rid of it anyway. Hooray, it is. That's good to see. Unlocks. Take the lore helper. Don't think I need lore books for anything. It's sometimes helpful for a handful of archaeology tasks. And then I don't need any of this trials gear because it's all like total garbage. So I have everything that's relevant as an unlock from May now. That's nice. Okay, Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf. Continuing the Dwarf quest line here. Veldabon. Do you have a quest for me? Conduct an investigation. The Supreme Commander won't release any guardsmen to help me. Okay. Keldrum East. I think the Red Axe is behind it. Under attack. Chaos doors with the Watchtower and the South Mines. Let's go. Be a cool bespoke on-screen text like we did for some earlier dwarf quests. Like I've said this before, but I really like that all the quests like feel like they were made by different designers. There's not like a standardized feel to any of them. Chaos Dwarves. What kind of weapon does the Chaos Dwarf have? So crossbow or a magic staff? What were the Chaos Dwarves doing here? Trying to get into the city. Deal with it. I'm going into... Yeah, let's go. Okay, so follow him. Do a little instance to show him walking in that door. Deal with the Chaos Dwarf, okay. This guy? Oh, he's got like a cannon. So slip is a neatly printed number code. The other side is a scrawled note. I forgive you. That's interesting. They aren't known for their inventiveness. What was that weapon? Miniature cannon. Chaos Dwarf dropped a slip. Grand Exchange order slip. Who's forgiving whom? Take this slip to the Grand Exchange and see what they know about it. Okay, I've never been there before as an Ironman. Okay, I'll go. Okay, Grand Exchange clerk. Talk to. Hi there. I have a Dwarven order slip. Orders completed, here's your items. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, hey, I remember these guys. It's neat to have a little interface where you can see everything in the package. Yeah, this is from the minecarts. It's a metal rectangle, a boot, a bowl, a turn screw, and a rod. Go back and talk to Veldabon. Yeah, okay. Veldabon's not here, so I looked it up. I guess we talked to Bray. Where's Veldabon? He went off duty. Duty. The Laughing Miner pub. Okay. Hey, Veldabon, what's wrong, bud? You drunk? Not yet, but I'm working on it. Got the Grand Exchange package. Doesn't make any sense. What do you think of the boot? Order a single boot. What about the bowl? What do you think of this metal rod? These green and yellow stones. Minecart switching stones. The rectangle. What are you doing here? Supreme Commander Bissy's taking me off the case. Why'd he take you off the case? Oh. You know why the missing persons aren't a priority? It's because they're from Keldgrim East. They're poor, unemployed, low-wage laborers. The rich people have the power in Keldgrim. Haha, yeah. Think the missing persons are connected to the Chaos Dwarves? Don't believe in coincidence. Who's on the case now? Good kid, she's not assertive enough. The Red Axe is involved? What a horrible thought. Guardsman Stout, put it on my tab. Okay. I like how they do a bunch of, like, cutscenes in this. He looks in a bad mood. Having a bad day. Come here with his lady friend. I haven't seen her in a while. Didn't know you had a lady friend. Who wrote this quest? Because this also has a lot of good character beats in it. And they don't really need to, like, spend a ton of time on character. Mahjarrat A, I think that's the same dev as Chosen Commander. No, it's just you can tell someone has some experience with actual writing, right? As opposed to being a game developer who's, like, trying their hand at writing. What was the Battle of Barondir? Colonel Grimson, slave driver. Damn. That sucks. Barmaid said she'd seen you with someone. Yeah, sure, let's go. I want to talk to the Supreme Commander. Can't see me because he's busy. You work for me. You're a corporate something. You only do what they tell you. You don't care about people. Marstead cares. Don't take her. Investigate the Chaos Dwarf threat and the mysterious package on my own. Well, I don't know that I have any... Think of the boot. What do you think of the bull? Okay, she has the same comments from before. So I guess we go to the place with the minecarts. Oh, you know, actually, let's check this place out. Thought I could just get across to the minecarts, but this is where we fought the guy. I'm gonna turn on interactables. Okay, well, we've got footprints. Let's call that one the Odd Soul. If you knew which type of boot you want to follow. Well, I do, actually. That's pretty cool. Does this quest require a hunter? It does. I like that. Oh, I see. So I can like physically see them on the ground. That's a really neat way to incorporate Hunter into this. Really hard to make out. I think this is still pre-RuneScape HD. I'll have to make a note when I cross the quest threshold that takes us to RuneScape HD and the quest threshold that takes us to EOC. Examine wall. I don't even know why you're examining it. Okay, let's try things here. Pull, turn screw, rod. Anything near here that I can use? Lighting for the caves, and there's rocks nearby. I guess there are a bunch of footprints around this. Maybe I can do something with the fire. Oh. That's cool. Why am I doing that, though? What is that helping with? I did mention the airtight seal earlier. Oh, the fire's been started of air and gone out. Amid the ashes at the bottom of the pit, you see a square socket. This is really cool. Do I have to find a way to open it first? Here we go. Okay. You already opened the secret door. Oh, it's this door over here. That's really cool. What's going on with this place? Nothing to interact with in here as far as I can tell. Alright, so we got another one of these. Urban machinery. That one had a map on it and multiple sockets. This one has no diagram and only a single socket in the center. I either do the yellow or the green, right? Okay. Need both hands free, okay. Oh, we're just gonna get stopped. Okay, well, it's not yellow then. Be able to control the car without someone to help. Maybe I should see if Veldemon is awake. Can I remove the yellow thing from this? Yeah, okay. Oh, that was nice of them. The return to Keldegrim took me all the way back here. Veldemon's back and awake. What's up? Found a secret door in the mines. Yeah, let's go. I guess the idea with this one is since I don't have a big map and a bunch of stones that, like, I need him to put in the turns and stuff for me. This place looks familiar. Been here before? I think the Red Axe built this place. Okay. How do you know about the stones? How did he have the same experience? Green and yellow stones in the package. I guess my character canonically doesn't remember this puzzle. You take the stones and man the board, I'll ride the cart. Okay. Alright, so last time I used yellow, and I think yellow universally goes to a dead end, it looks like. Well, let's do it again and see. So I guess it was always yellow last time, so I know last time that went to a dead end. Green looks like it goes to 2 dead ends, so it has to be yellow. Unfortunately, draw distance isn't big enough for me to load the whole place. Okay, so yellow is right, green is left. If I go right, get another option to go right and hit a dead end, or left and end up back where I am. So I think we have to go left. This is a cool variant on this puzzle. Actually, this probably would have made more sense as the first version of the puzzle. I think we do green again, right? And then yellow. Let's go right here. Well, I'm worried this is about to put me back to where I already was. Really have to get to here. Oh, no, I see. I have to get there. Gotcha. I think we're on the right track here, so we don't want to go left because that goes back where we started, so we go right again. And left here would be a dead end, or it would just be a loop, so we go right again. Obviously we go right here, and then we're done, I think. Oh, and it's like right next to him, so he'll be able to join me. Presumably. First try. Lower the bridge. Okay, there we go. Bunch of prisoners, dwarves kidnapped from Keldrum East. You seen Brunault? Who's Brunault? My husband. Converting people into chaos dwarves. How'd you get here? What do the chaos dwarves want with you? I don't know. They didn't ask us questions. Get back to Keldrum. We'll find Hilda. Kill the prisoner, we'd look for Hilda. Yeah, that's interesting. I like the idea that all these characters have been afflicted with this memory erasure, like what happened to the main character in The Forgotten Dwarf, or Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf. Let's see. Where needs 2 people to open? Do you like that a lot of this dev's quests are about focusing on a specific NPC and having them act as a follower in certain sequences? This is very similar. Gonna rescue him. They're doing the mind wiping ability again. You are Chaos Dwarf. I am Chaos Dwarf. You worship Zamorak, god of chaos. You serve the Red Axe. Damn. They are turning them into Chaos Dwarves. It's fucked up. This will only hurt quite a lot. Evil gnomes, too. Have to see him transformed? Wow. I feel like they make us care about the character. Who's that? Don't let them escape. Can I not damage the cannoneer? Okay. Oh, I can't. I just didn't have my weapons equipped right. What are we doing here? Grant exchange order forms with the order slips removed. Raw materials and machine components. I guess Grand Exchange didn't always exist in the game, so I wonder if this came out not long after the release of the Grand Exchange. Let me check that really quick. I'm curious. No, Grand Exchange was 2007. This is 2009. Never mind. Why'd you shout that? PTSD, yeah. Just a nobody from Keldrum East. That's what they said. She wouldn't be missed. Alive and well and eager to serve Zamorak. Maybe you killed herself. Oh, that's the I forgive you. Ola was gone by then. Yeah, that's a nice touch. Could I use the slips to get free stuff? Bad time, protagonist. There's still some things in the package. Okay, so I got a rectangle, a bowl, and a turn screw. Oh, it jams up the machine. We like push it. Ah, that's cool. Nice. Cool bespoke animation. Squeeze through the hole in the wall. And there's a card here. Oh, both hands free again. Back and warn the consortium. Your report makes for worrying reading, if it's true. Red Axe is a serious threat. I have to step up our defenses. Serious enough. No one important went missing. You're as bad as the Red Axe, all of you. Hell yeah. Good for you, Veldemon. I feel like this writer's John A. His writing reminds me of like Terry Pratchett, right? It's very much about systemic injustice and like pushing back against it. That was great. Short little quest, but it was really good. Forgiveness of a Chaos Dwarf is a really solid but pretty short quest. It's written by the same guy who did Chosen Commander, and it shows because both of those quests are written very well. They're very focused on taking the time to do short character beats with the NPCs that are being featured. It's a sequel to The Forgettable Tale of a Drunken Dwarf. If you remember the end of that quest, the protagonist has their mind wiped of the events of the quest. We find out that that also happened to the dwarf who told you the story in the first place. The quest starts with you talking to Commander Veldabon about the Chaos Dwarves, and while you're talking to him, a Chaos Dwarf actually shows up and attacks the city. So you go with Veldabon to fight that dwarf. She's wielding like a gun, like a hand cannon. You kill her, and she drops a weird Grand Exchange order ticket. On the back of it is a message that says, "I forgive you." So you take the order ticket to the Grand Exchange. They give you a mysterious box full of what seems like nothing but junk. Among the junk are 2 of the minecart control cubes you might remember from Forgettable Tale. Your character doesn't remember them, obviously, though, because your mind got wiped. There's a cool one-on-one scene with Veldabon in the pub where you talk about how the dwarf government, the Keldagrim government, only cares about the rich people, and it's all these poor people in Keldagrim East who are getting kidnapped by the Chaos Dwarves and disappearing. You hear something from the bartender about his old compatriot and or lover named Hilda, who stopped showing up with him a long time ago, but he doesn't really remember her very well. Veldabon ends up drunkenly insulting his commander, and you're sent off to investigate on your own, during which you use that crazy box of random items to find a secret path into a new minecart area that requires 2 people to operate. So you bring Veldabon with you. It's similar to the previous minecart puzzle, except this time you have to give him commands as to which turn you want to take instead of filling out a map. You find a cage full of Keldagrim East dwarves that have been kidnapped. One of them asks you to save her husband. In the next room, you find out that they're actually taking the Keldagrim East dwarves and like forcibly overwriting their minds and transforming them into Chaos Dwarves against their will, and they do that by transforming the aforementioned husband that you thought you were about to save. Throughout the quest, it's hinted that Veldabon has also had the memory wiping spell cast on him, like what happened to you. And at the end of the quest, he realizes that Hilda, the compatriot from before, was also subject to this and was turned into a Chaos Dwarf, and she's the Chaos Dwarf that you killed at the start of the quest. And so the message, "I forgive you," was to him. In fact, the Grand Exchange order slip had all of the necessary items for you to be able to break in and escape successfully without Veldabon getting turned into a Chaos Dwarf or getting his mind wiped again. You escape, you report everything to the Consortium, and the Consortium doesn't want to do anything about it because, of course, they don't, and the quest kind of just ends there. It's great. Like, bad stuff happens. I like when bad stuff happens in stories. It's so common in MMO quests for them to be like, "You need to go save my husband." So you're like, okay, so you go in the room and you save the husband. But here it's like, "You need to go save my husband," and that's like to build stakes so that you feel a personal attachment to what happens when you walk in the room and see that he just dies. He gets turned into a Chaos Dwarf, right? Anyway, this quest was great. I've heard that the rest of the Dwarf quest line has been written by the same guy who did Chosen Commander and this one, so I really look forward to it. It's always nice. Like, I will take whatever video game stories I can get. Obviously, I like video games a lot. A lot of people who write video game stories are not themselves writers, which is fine. There's a lot of things going on in video games. You can have a game developer who tries their hand at telling a story here and there, and that can be cute. But it's really nice to see someone who actually kind of has a knack for the craft, as it feels like this Jagex dev does. All right, next quest is Within the Light, which is long, so that'll probably be my last quest for the episode. Oh, this is more Morning's End stuff? Okay. Okay, it took an extremely long time, but I'm about to hit 112 herb lore, and primal extract is going to be kind of a waste of time going forward. There it is, 112 herb lore. Primal extract, improved yield, actually a bad thing. I don't want that. It makes this substantially slower. I might go ahead and finish making all of the primal extract I have in my bank. Oh my god, it's so much. It does 3 at a time now, and I don't... If there's one thing I don't need, it's primal extract, right? Like, I have 280,000. But I guess now that I've done that, I do have a bunch of other things stored. I can make more Vuln bombs with my bottled dinosaur roars. I can make more charm potions. So I've been waiting to make those to try to get as much XP as I could out of primal fruit pulp. So maybe I'll start on that soon here. Okay, I'm here to do Within the Light, which is the next elf quest. So we're officially branching off from, well, I guess Old School is now branched off, because I think right after the other Old School quests, you get Song of the Elves. Within the Light. Remember Thorgol. Dwarf who tunneled into the back of the Temple of Light. Okay. Sent word via messenger that something's going on down in the temple. Ready to help us again? Yes, sure. We investigate? Many of your elves have managed to get past the Death Guard. You can walk freely through their outpost. Elven magic? Get me a disguise. Okay, well, I have one. Need a distraction. Where do you get to the Temple of Light? Find a teleport crystal to the location we'll be teleporting to. Okay. Sing into the seed when you're in the area you need to teleport into. Okay, thank you. I guess I also need to get a replacement crystal trinket. Alright, so am I just going straight to the Death Altar then? Oh, okay. Take the second outfit to him here. About those tasks. That's funny. Okay, so I think that means I have to physically go to chant the crystal seed in a safe location that's close to the Temple of Light entrance. I might want to look up the specific location for that one. I think I just have to go into the Mourner base and then do it. But let me double check. Okay, I had to grab a new copy of the Tarnished Key while I was down here. I think I just chant to this here. Oh, I had to take the gas mask off. That's funny. Meanwhile, you hear that? My ears, it hurts. Ah, make it stop. That's funny. I'm banging that against the wall. Must have an enchanting singing voice. Okay, the quest says to talk to the imprisoned gnome inventor. All right. Talk about Within the Light. Didn't bring toad crunchies. I need a favor. I need to get my friend down here and he hasn't got the clearance. I get the feeling you're not really one of these guys. Let's stay undercover. Toad crunchies? My freedom. Alright, talk to the head mourner about releasing a gnome. Talk about the gnome. Since when is it your place to think? Imagine if a curious child or a thief managed to get down here and spotted him. He's the only evidence our operations aren't quite legitimate. Entirely theoretical. What should we do with a prisoner? Bit drastic. I will consider it. Okay, I'll leave you to it. I think I'm done here then. Managed to get the distraction. All right. Back to Ariane without those tasks. Tried my best. Glad you heard that. You've shown promise. Oh, that'd be nice. I could just chant it myself. Usually whenever I use lots of teleport crystals to do my farming runs, and every now and then I have to go just like wait somewhere out in the forest for her to show up to rechant them. I don't want my chant my own horn. Yep, the death card has a captive no inventor. So hope your good deed pays off. Let's go. Send me first to get eaten by the dark beasts. It's clear. Okay, so we should just be able to go straight to Thorgal, I think. Be careful doing this because you can screw up the order of everything and have to do the entire puzzle all over again, which is annoying. But I think I can just do it entirely from the bottom floor. No, I have to go up the stairs first and then go down over here. That's right. Pass through the light door. I think I have to redirect this to open that guy. It's nice that he's just insta-killing all the shadows. That certainly helps a little bit. There we go. Okay, gotta be careful that I don't screw this up here. Within the light. Never thought I'd see the day. Take a quick look at the pillar. The energy from it didn't seem dangerous to you. You can touch it. Know your findings, if any. Talking about that pillar. I just want to make sure I don't screw this up. I don't want to do all this puzzle again. It says I should be okay to investigate the pillar here. You have the power crystal in the Temple of Light. Oh, but I can talk to him again. Okay. I just really don't want to get trapped in here. Yo. Got used to the energy of this place. Got the trinket on me. Okay. The guide here says there's an epilepsy warning, so I guess look away and I'll tell you when it's safe. Oh, that's pretty mild. Okay. I think they made that more mild. That must have been that fits the same effect that was repeating constantly in Chosen Commander. Plan of action is clear. I'm not going to like this, am I? I'm not even going to argue. Took the trinket to the death altar where it charged, and I placed the power of the power crystal on the third floor of the temple. Hop onto the death altar. Okay. Okay, don't suppose you have a death talisman I could have. It's my last one. Okay, well I did have the Wicked Hood, but that also is fine. Energy from the pillar is safe. We need something bigger to get a reaction. Energize myself into similar to the trinkets. Alright, I'm going to stop reading the guide here in a second, but it is telling me that there's another time restriction right now. I have to do something very quickly or I have to start over. So talk to Thorgal, exit the altar, pass the door of light, rotate the pillar, go up the first stairs, take the stairs to the north, Run all the way east to the large crystal and investigate. If it speaks you weren't fast enough and have to go all the way back. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. Okay, let's do it. Oh, that was cool. Cool animation. It's not gonna last forever. Alright, well, don't fight the ghosts. Just go. Quickly hit this guy. Quickly flip this. Get aggroed by a shadow, which is very annoying. Okay. Go up the stairs, go up the north stairs, run all the way east and then south. Investigate this crystal. Okay. Then back to the other crystal. Oh my god, I keep getting aggroed. Okay, now I'm going to close the guide. Oh, do we have more light puzzles? Fun. I like these. I actually really like the one in Song of the Elves. I was able to figure that one out myself. 4 light switches on the wall near the door. That must have something to do with it. Okay, I got a slave in the room. Oh, just reminding me the color wheel. Sure. I think this is the same thing you get in the first one. Okay, well, as usual, I won't make you watch me solve the whole puzzle, but I'll report as I work on it. Try turning on highlight interactables. It doesn't work here, so I'm just seeing what all I can rotate. I can rotate any of the ones that have an exposed crystal on them. This one says chop. I don't know what that does. Probably this quest requires woodcutting. Fix. Is that crafting? It requires agility, fletching, range, and woodcutting. So I guess I did fletching. Okay, that makes sense. It's a little goofy, but whatever. Well, blue probably just has to go to yellow, right? Let's see. Yeah. And now we have red, which should go to... red and green should go together, right? This is like such a chiller puzzle. The Morning's End Part 2 version. Like, it's just not red to green. Maybe it is red to cyan, but I don't have a cyan endpoint. I have to pass it through the blue first, maybe? Maybe I can change these ones. Oh, that's probably it. Yeah, that gets me a new color. Okay, and that's the opposite of green. I see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to make magenta to opposite green. Gotcha. There, we got that. Okay, that makes more sense. I didn't realize I was having to do color mixing over here, but I guess that totally follows. So presumably now I need to do... This one's red. That's going to be cyan this time, and that blue plus green. It looks like that's right. Okay, cyan was easy, and then I have to do white for the last one, presumably. This guy here. There isn't any color. Yeah, so I have to mix all of them. Got it. Okay, I got the white light here. That wasn't too bad. I should just be able to rotate that into the last one, and we should be good to go, I think. Hello. Much better than the Morning's End Part 2 puzzle. What the fuck? What is happening here? There's spikes. Presumably I can get injured here. Okay, this is kind of a weird puzzle room. Presumably I have to get to that ballista there. Crystal ballista. You really make this annoying to get to. Okay, I won't make you sit through this. Okay, so I'm here. I'm guessing I have to click this thing so it shoots that little target. No, I would have to time it better. Okay. Waiting patiently. Here we go. Something is being revealed. I have to go all the way back. This is a really annoying puzzle. At least I have like unlimited region from this relic. Okay, that wasn't very hard. Oh yeah, new door opened back here. Okay. Elf messenger. Find an elven report. This might be long, so I'll summarize it. Actually, only 2 pages. Just kind of talking about a secret path to Prifthenis. Get back to Arianwen and show him the discovery. Am I doing that in Letya? Okay, I don't know where I'm taking it, so I will check the wiki again. Oh, it says return to Letya, and then the quest is over. That was actually substantially shorter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like an hour or longer, like Morning's End. I can't believe what I found out. A dead elf by a rock slide. He didn't enter from the temple side. Griff has been reverted to a crystal form. He must have reverted everything behind the city walls. Okay, so this must be directly leading up to Plague's End. Plague's End is, I thought, fairly late. Yeah, 2014. That was 2009. They must have really set that up way far in advance. It's a long time in between them. Ability to choose a destination for crystal teleport seeds. That's kind of interesting. Okay, quest complete. Within the Light is a sequel to Morning's End Part 2, but it's really short, really easy, and very simple. If you told me that the release of Prif came out immediately after this one, I would believe it, that this was like a quick setup quest, but this one came out in 2009. Prif didn't get released until 2014, so maybe it just took them a really long time to release it. It's as quick a setup quest as like Tale of the Muspah and Missing My Mummy were for Curse of Arrav. Anyway, Arianwen wants to get to the Temple of Light, so you help him break in by giving him a mourner outfit. You get to the Temple of Light and you find a secret passage using a crystal pillar. Beyond the secret passage is a new light color puzzle, just like the one in Morning End Part 2. This one is way easier, way simpler. It's not like Song of the Elves where there's a comparably complicated light puzzle, but there's no enemies. It's just a single room, quick 5-minute puzzle with no enemies. But you solve that puzzle, you find a dead elf in a pathway that appears to go to Prif. I'm going to just call it Prif. I know it's pronounced Prifthenis, but I think I hear every content creator call it Prif, so we'll just call it Prif. Prif is still reverted to a crystal seed in this game, but we know that there's a pathway to go to where it's supposed to be, so the quest kind of ends with you revealing that information to Arianwen, and that's the end. That's it. That's a wrap on this episode. Next time we're going to do Temple at Sentisten, which is the one that unlocks ancient prayers, which I've heard about many times at this point. Ancient curses, I guess they're technically called. And then we'll try to do a couple more quests after that. I don't foresee myself getting distracted from quests for the foreseeable future. There's really not too much else in the game for me to do right now, other than maybe do some bossing once I finish all the quests. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Thanks for watching as usual, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.